Welcome. Today, explore highlights from actress Michelle Yeoh's inspiring Harvard Law commencement address. Though not a lawyer, she shared profound guidance for graduates facing unpredictable futures, drawn from her own remarkable journey and unexpected life leaps. Section 1. Setting the stage, leaping into the void.
As you know, I am not a lawyer. I can't even say that I have played one on the screen. So, why am I here? Why have I been asked to deliver the keynote speech to you on this pivotal day in your lives, as you dive headfirst into a presumably bright but unpredictable future? Well, maybe the reason I'm here is because I happen to have some experience leaping off high perches into scary voids. So do allow me to offer some simple pointers that I've picked up along the way in my career full of leaps and dives. How to survive the fall in 3 easy steps by Michelle Yeoh.
Section 1. Setting the stage, leaping into the void.
The first one is pretty obvious, but not always easy. Stay loose. My journey from Malaysia, Ipoh, Malaysia, to the Academy Awards stage began with my first love, which was not acting, but dance. Dance was my safe place, my inevitable future, and my undeniable path. So I enrolled in a ballet school in England and began living my dream. Unfortunately, life had other plans. I suffered a spinal injury, and just like that, I watched everything vanish into thin air. Life as I knew it was over. With my dreams of dance crushed, I credit the principal of my school. It was she who encouraged me to stay loose about my future. When falling, the tendency is to tighten up to brace for impact. But in truth, the safest thing one can do is remain calm, even curious about the shifting world around you. After graduating, I returned home more open to other possibilities outside the box. With this awareness came the freedom to make choices I might not have otherwise been able to. This opened the door to acting roles and the start of my life in film.
Section 3. Lesson 2. Know your limits and break them.
Which leads me to my second piece of advice. Know your limits. Although understanding what you can do is essential, understanding what you can't do is pretty important too. This works on 2 levels, both internally and externally. Internally, knowing your limits keep you humble, motivated, and focused. Externally, knowing the limits that are set for you by others give you a place to point a different finger. I am talking about the middle one. In other words, limitations set by yourself give you boundaries to respect, but limitations set by others give you boundaries to bust through. As a young woman trying to break into film in Hong Kong, I was confronted with limitations. Initially cast in stereotypical roles, I soon realized that what I wanted to play were the action roles, the heroes, reserved exclusively for men. So I went to my producer and said, I want an action role. I was prepared to do everything the men were doing. What? Like it's hard? When the chance finally came, I knew it was make or break. So I seized the moment with everything I had. Audiences were more than ready for a female star in action comedies. I knew I had made it then when I joined Jet Li and Jackie Chan as the 3 people who Hong Kong insurers refused to cover. I wore that as a badge of honor. Learning how to fall teaches you how to land, and learning to land gives you the courage to jump higher. Our limitations become our challenges, and there is nothing like a challenge to keep you working, striving, and pushing for more.
Section 4. Lesson 3. Find your people and your leap.
This brings me to the third and final tip. Find your people. Life is not always a zero-sum game. Most success stories are less about competition and more about collaboration. The truth is, I could not have done any of this alone. My achievements are the results of those around me who offered and continue to offer support and belief. There are times where, as much as I don't want to let myself down, I don't want to let them down even more. My definition of community is vast. It also includes the other actors, directors, producers with whom I've crossed paths. My community transcends time. I stand on the shoulders of those who have come before me, and I am energized and inspired by those who come after me. My community extends beyond people I know personally, which is why representation matters. When we shine a light on the rich and varied world around us, we empower the whole of our humanity. The prerequisite to change is empathy. Seeing through other people's perspective activates our compassion. Compassion is the ultimate superpower within us. When you are leaping without a safety net, people become your safety net, and you become. This was a film that brought together a community of creative and talented individuals working with a common passion, the culmination of my life's work. So, class of 2023, this is my offering to you. Today you graduate, and today you leap. Stay loose, be smart, and go with love, and then leap. And then leap again, and leap again. I look forward to living in the world you'll all help build. Happy graduation.
Drawing from her own remarkable journey, Michelle Yeoh offered Harvard Law graduates guiding principles. Her core advice included: 1. Stay loose. Remain adaptable when plans change. 2. Know your limits. Recognize boundaries to respect and others to break. 3. Find your people. Value collaboration and community support. Stick around until the very end, where we'll reveal the 5 most powerful and inspiring sentences directly from her speech. Running English learners, let's level up. Here's essential vocabulary from Michelle Yeoh's speech, capturing her core message on growth and adaptation. Mastering these words will elevate your English skills. Let's dive in. Pivotal describes a moment or event that causes a significant change or has a major influence on the future. Example: choosing a university major is a pivotal decision for many students' future careers. Leap means to take a significant, often risky, step forward, like jumping into an unknown situation. Example: deciding to study abroad was a big leap for her, moving away from everything familiar. Void refers to an emptiness or a large unknown space, like the future before you experience it. Example: after her close friend moved away, she felt a void in her social life. In this context, stay loose. It means to remain calm, flexible, and open to changes instead of becoming rigid or stressed. Example: when facing unexpected exam questions, it helps to stay loose and think calmly rather than panic. Crushed describes the feeling of being overwhelmed with disappointment, often when a dream or plan fails. Example: he felt crushed when he didn't get accepted into his first-choice graduate program. Limitations refers to rules, circumstances, or beliefs that restrict what is possible or allowed. Example: financial limitations prevented the research team from acquiring the latest equipment. Stereotypical describes ideas or portrayals that fit a widely held, but often inaccurate belief about a particular group. Example: the advertisement was criticized for relying on stereotypical gender roles. Collaboration means the process of 2 or more people or groups working jointly on a task or project. Example, the success of the group presentation depended on effective collaboration among all members. Empathy means the capacity to put yourself in someone else's shoes and understand their perspective and emotions. Example, good leaders often show empathy towards their team members' challenges. Culmination refers to the end point or final achievement that brings together previous efforts. Example, receiving her PhD was the culmination of 7 years of intensive research and study. Here are 5 sentences that capture the essence of Michelle Yeoh's advice. In other words, limitations set by yourself give you boundaries to respect, but limitations set by others give you boundaries to bust through. When falling, the tendency is to tighten up to brace for impact. But in truth, the safest thing one can do is remain calm, even curious about the shifting world around you. Learning how to fall teaches you how to land, and learning to land gives you the courage to jump higher. When you are leaping without a safety net, people become your safety net and you become theirs. Stay loose, be smart, and go with love, and then leap again and leap again. Inspired by Michelle Yeoh's advice on leaping into the unknown, we've crafted a learning story reflecting her key themes, link in the description. Subscribe to Running English now to master English with more powerful celebrity insights. Accelerate your learning and keep leaping.